Hello, hello, are we live? It's getting cold, guys. I know it's a random first thing around, but the reason I'm wearing a scarf and a jumper indoors is because it is getting very cold. A lot of my friends in Germany and Holland are like saying, look, it's snowing, it's the first time this has happened in like years, and that happened in my country, England, UK, just like a few days earlier, a couple of weeks ago. But yeah, that's why I'm just like this. It's quite cold, and I'm also saving energy like these guys. Switch off your heaters, put on warmer clothes, save energy, protect the environment. Now, let me turn the music down a little bit. I know today's debate direct is all about music, but I want, I need the audio balance to be proper for this. So yeah, do tell me if the audio balance is any good. So we're live. Hello, Glitch Gamer Girl. I know your real name, but I'm just gonna call you Glitch. Because it's easier, it's a good nickname. Hello, Tasha, nice to see you. Hello, let's go. Hello, DJ, Livy, Big Mouth Chicken, thank you all so much for joining. It has been a while, hasn't it? It has been some time since I did a debate direct, and I'm going to talk about this in more depth when I'm alone in the next debate direct episode, because today, for the first time, first of all, this is the first debate direct of 2021. This is the first time I've done debate direct in ages. It's been like months. And this year I want to do more debate direct, and I want to do differently. I want to have more variety and more topics to talk about, maybe even some midweek extra episodes. But today, I remembered to change my profile picture. I've realized that on the end screen as well, in every stream up to this one, all the pre-streams, I hadn't changed it to the new PFP. So, sorry, I forgot to do that. But we also have two faces might be familiar to you, my good friend Ethan and my bromba, my sister Tasha, two absolute memes. I can see him in chat. Don't worry, guys. I'll allow you to speak in a moment. I just want to give a brief outline, really. Here's the game screen. We're not actually playing a game today, so I'm going to take off the arcade filter. And I'm asking, 10 likes, and I'll do another debate direct very soon. I have no idea how popular this is going to be, so I'm going to see what the like girls say. And today's QOTD is, what makes good music good? Is that something you can even objectively define? And if you can, how? Because my whole point about this is that I recently changed all of the background music for Debate Direct. I've got this whole playlist of, ambience type of music and, background inspiring, relaxing kind of music, from like the Minecraft soundtrack and the creator of the Minecraft soundtrack, Kevin MacLeod, how it's pronounced, everyone uses him, Lena Rain, who was also added to, the Minecraft soundtrack, Longzajan, who I've been using for years, and a whole bunch of other creators you can all find in the description from the YouTube audio library. I didn't even have to credit some of these artists, but I wanted to, so if you want to know a song, you want to find it, there's also this playlist. I haven't linked it because most of these songs I've downloaded onto my PC, so only a few of them will actually work for you. So you can just find all the individual song titles in the description. And I hope that's, that's helpful. Speaking of, let's just quickly look at the description, because, you can see everyone down here. This is not the same as it used to be. The Debate Direct soundtrack used to be a lot smaller. I made it longer so we get less repetitive songs, but also more appropriate. Listen to what is playing right now. This kind of like ambient background music, that's what I've kind of been aiming for to be the vibe of this thing. But before I really like tweaked everything, there was some, tracks which were a little bit too distracting and not really fitting for Debate Direct, too, high energy, too distracting from my voice, too kind of in the way, which, were also a bit louder generally, hard to turn down. Like this, I like this. This is a brilliant song. This is Versatile by Longzajan. It is one of my favourite by this artist. I've used it since 2015 for projects and background music. It is just a really good piece. I like the arrangement, I like the harmonies, I like the rhythm, but it doesn't really fit what I want for Debate Direct, because the pitch and the noise is kind of like too high register, which kind of detracts from the whole Debate Direct thing. So that's why I've gone back and I've changed all of these tracks. And I do want to say, the future Debate Directs, starting here and with the next one, I want them to be the turning point, because everything up to now has been a bit of a mess, but I'm gonna refine the series as I go forward. Anyway, I've been streaming for a while now. Let's not waste any more time, and let's get Tasha and Ethan in voice chat. So I'm in Discord, as you can see, in the Rec Room on the Hydration Nation. The links are discussed in the description when you join. Hello, Tasha and Ethan. We're live. Let's introduce each other. So first of all, is True Player, aka Ethan. How are you, mate?
I'm good.
Tell us about yourself.
I make videos and I like FNAF.
Guys, is the audio okay, actually? Because he sounds kind of quiet to me. I'm gonna turn him up. I'm gonna make sure Discord's, because my collaborators are always too quiet. People have this problem. So I'm gonna make sure that Discord is, like, turned up. Yeah, Ethan, just, say something.
Is this good?
Yeah, is that good? Is that good? And also, say hello to, my sister, who has the funny Phasmophobia character icon, who goes by Brotato online. Hello, Tasha, how are you?
Hi, I'm good, thank you. It's good to be here.
Yeah, tell us a bit about yourself.
Well, for starters, most people know I'm your younger sister. I study music A level. Yeah, I'm kind of boring, to be honest. But,
no,
yeah,
you're not. That will do.
No, you're not.
I think we're missing
I
something
can't think of anything
important.
interesting.
I studied music myself, guys. I studied music at GCSE, but the last time I studied music as a result was 3 years ago. It was a decently high standard. I got a B. But there's a music expert in the room because Tasha is still studying. No, I got a B. It was a 7. I don't know how the new system works.
7's an A.
Is it?
A 7 is an A.
I got an A in music.
Yeah.
Let's go. Pog in the chat. But guys,
You did better than me.
Tasha, you're the expert because you're still studying at A level. I don't care if you got a lower grade. You are still, as we are speaking, preparing for music exams and performances or whatever's left in lockdown. Probably not too much, unfortunately. But you know.
Yeah.
Guys, listen, Glitch, I'm sorry, but I don't want to invite people into the Rec Room who haven't arranged to be part of the collab. That's just not how this works. I'm sorry. Guys, if you want to participate in the debate, use the live chat. If you want to be in voice chat in a future stream, keep an eye out, because I will ping Mr. Matt notifications about it, and, you know, you'll know in advance. You got to join the Discord, though. Or another social media. You can message me, I guess, but it's got to be in advance. Anyways, I'm just going to catch up with chat one moment. I can see that, Glitch, what the hell? Hello, Ronan. Livy's got a QOTD answer. Interesting. Oh, yeah, okay. I'm sorry to keep, delaying things, guys, but I'm aware that I have hit 400 subscribers. Everyone was messaging me yesterday. Matt, you're on 399. Guys, right, we've hit 400 subscribers, and this isn't really the place to talk about it. I'll probably talk about this in the next debate, Derek. I'm not got more time to ramble without wasting other people's time, but my sub count's going up. I've got some goals in mind this year. Let's just focus for now, though. The audio's fine. Is the audio good? Please do tell me if they're too quiet, guys, because that is consistently a problem. In fact, I'm going to check myself. Sorry, my headphones are going off, guys. Yeah, speak. I can't hear you, so I'm going to...
okay, so I've not really been saying anything.
Trombone player.
Am I too quiet?
Nice. Tasha, could you speak, please? Say anything.
Yeah, hi.
I'm
sorry.
testing audio.
Yeah, I just didn't want to talk over anyone by accident. I know it's annoying when that happens. Yeah, what makes good music is a very broad question. But
yeah.
Fun to discuss.
Okay, the audio balance is good. So, yeah,
right,
let's talk. Alright, let's talk. We've got a trombone player in chat. Very cool. So, what makes good music? Cool. Let's start very simple and build it up. Alright? I'm even going to Google it. What is music? What is actually our definition of music? Alright? We're not going to be arguing semantics here. Let's define music. What would you guys define by music?
As in the scientific definition, or
just
the artistic
literally,
definition?
if someone asks you, what is music? If someone has never heard of music, what is it? How do you explain them? To a child. Like a 6-year-old who's never heard of music.
Oh.
Ooh. I don't know, I'd say it's wavy sound. I don't know, I play them something.
Wavy sound.
Play a piece of music or something. Yeah, wavy sound. Because the sound waves.
But I'd say it's an arrangement of sounds formed into an artistic masterpiece.
Yes.
That was so much better put than what I said.
That's pretty much what I've googled, but less eloquently phrased, which is fine. You came up with it on the spot, but I think there's two key things to understand here, guys. Music is an art form that uses sound. Sound art. That's all it is, alright? You can get into the technicalities and the science of music, which Tasha and I have studied. I don't know about everyone else here. I'm sure some of you have, some of you haven't. It is an art form that uses sound, alright? And it often, accompanies visuals and stuff as well, but music is the art of sound. So, I'm not going to bother looking up the definition. Come on, I want to be a bit higher level than that. Today's question is, what makes good music? What makes music good? Is that even, can we objectively argue that there is such a thing as good music? Or is it always completely, subjective? Let's have a look at that, because in chat, Livy said for the QOTD, our first QOTD answer, is that it depends on the type of music you like, because everyone has their own taste, but overall, I would say it just has to be catchy. Also, for the sake of the something good on the screen share, I'm just going to leave it on the, I think on the thumbnail or the Discord. So, guys, do you think you can objectively say there is such a thing as good music, or is it purely down to taste and preference?
I think it's both down to taste, but also good music. People would be like, oh yeah, what's on the charts? What's top of the charts?
Right.
Like each week or whatever. But you'd be surprised how many people would say that the stuff that's at the top of the charts is really rubbish. Like most of the time. I would probably say that.
Let's take the statistical approach here. So, if something is more popular, more people, the majority of people, like it more. By default, you think that means it's good, right? If something has more listens on Spotify, it's better, right? Ethan, what do you think?
That's logical. Yeah, if something is higher up in the charts, people are going to think that it's more popular than, say, lower in the charts.
Okay.
But it might also depend on taste.
Because there's always going to be the smaller group. There's always going to be the group of people that, like, I can't find words, that don't think that the most popular thing is the best.
Nothing's like universal. That would be a rarity, and that's okay.
You can't make every single person happy with one thing. Ever with anything.
Okay, so that makes logical sense to both of you.
Yes.
Yes, but I would also argue that it's all about personal taste, like Livy said. It's like, some people might like classical music, other people think it sounds awful,
Ethan, do you think there is such a thing as objectively good music, which doesn't come down to opinion, or preference?
Objectively good music that isn't based on opinion.
Yeah. Like, can you say this is good music even if lots of people don't like it, because objectively speaking, it is good?
I think you could, because there are certain genres of music that I think everyone would like, regardless of their taste of music.
Interesting. Okay. There's
I think
a
it's
lot
also
of threads to pick up here.
situational.
Yes. Good thinking, Tasha. Okay.
Because what if you're at a party, you're not going to listen to, like, classical music or whatever, you're going to put on, like, pop music, maybe rock, like, stuff that you can dance to or just, like, have in the background and it be vibey,
Alright.
At a I don't know, a sophisticated event, you're not going to have, I don't know, One Direction playing, are you?
Well, I want to pick up several threads for this argument, so I'm going to go one at a time. Mithran says in chat, popular does not mean good. So the logic was, okay, so if something is being listened to more, it is better because the majority of people like it more. But is there a fallacy to this argument? Is there, because are there other factors that make music popular as well as it just being good? And we'll outline the criteria later, we haven't got to that yet, but let's just say whatever good means. Because I would argue that popular music gets to where it is, not necessarily because it's good, but because it is profitable. And those might not necessarily line up. And, you know, to get to, you know, the top, you know, top of the pops, so to speak, you know, you've got to have good marketing and good connections and, you know, good, like, visual advertising as well, and a whole bunch of other factors, you know, money,
to even
probably.
get there, you need to be with a record label, which is difficult to begin with.
And you need to be, like, associated.
It's all very competitive.
So, is it possible then for good music not to fulfill those other requirements and therefore not become popular, therefore destroying the argument that if music is more popular, it is necessarily good?
Yes, because
absolutely, yes.
What if? Because like, what if there's like this indie artist that like barely anyone knows about, but they make really good music and people really like them?
Yeah. See, there's this brilliant group called Famous Men. Guys, if you want to know that reference, go check out my Minecraft Christmas live stream. No, what was it? The one before that? I played Minecraft with my dad. Go watch that stream. You'll know. But yeah, the Famous Men are brilliant. But no one's heard of them. They're not that famous.
Yep.
Anyway, you were saying, Tash.
It's the irony of the name. Yeah, I was just saying that. The thing is, I'm trying to think of examples. Like, Matt, you know Siamese, right?
Yes, I love Siamese.
They've done some really good songs, but they're not like A-lister musicians, you know. They're
very new. They're emerging. They got one big hit, and everything else has kind of slipped under the radar, which is to be expected, to be honest.
That happens a lot, though, with artists who are actually surprisingly good.
It's difficult to keep that consistent unless, you know, you've got money to be like the right record label and all the right connections and stuff. And also, I am no expert in this, but the music industry has changed over time. You know, the music industry in the 1970s is probably quite different to the one of today, although it could be very similar in other aspects. I can't say I actually have the knowledge of that to make any arguments about it, but yeah. Any other points you guys want to make on that before I move on?
I was going to say the popularity of music can depend on the popularity of the artist.
Reputation does affect things, doesn't it?
Yes, reputation.
If you know an artist has done something good, you're more inclined to like what they do next. You know, that makes sense.
It's like, I don't know how many people have heard of Morrissey.
I've heard of Morrissey.
He was the singer in the Smiths. I know you'll know, Matt, but anyone in the chat. So the Smiths were a band a long-ish time ago. I can't remember exactly when.
I don't know. I think it was late 70s, early 80s was their kind of period of time. I can't remember exactly either. I don't listen to a lot of Morrissey. But...
cool. And then the singer Morrissey did his own solo stuff, but over the last few years he's had some offensive opinions politically. And it's meant that there's been a decline in people that listen to his music because they don't agree with his opinions.
Oh my god!
And it affects an artist's revenue if they... Yeah.
This links directly back to a previous Debate Direct episode I did. Do you guys know which one? Does anyone remember?
Ooh.
Does art equal artist? I did a Debate Direct on this exact topic.
Oh.
Do you remember anyone?
I do vaguely remember that, yeah.
I just went through the Debate Direct playlist. I didn't see that.
Guys, does anyone remember when I was debating Ian Brown's COVID controversy? So, Ian Brown, one of my favourite artists, a brilliant writer. He was with the Stone Roses for a little bit and they weren't very good. But he did loads of solo stuff for decades, which was fantastic. Album after album from the late 90s to the present day. I thought he was a genius. I thought his lyrics were clever, his rhythm, his melodies, his use of the musical elements, which I'll get to in DJ's comment. But he also believes that... coronavirus is a conspiracy created by the government to turn people into digital slaves. And he's anti-vax. He probably thinks the Earth is flat as well. Basically, he's made a clown of himself on Twitter by being an utter moron. And it makes you wonder, does art equal artist? You know, Morrissey was adored by many, but, you know, now he's like an alt-right, you know, dare I say, fascist in some of his views. I can't say I'm that informed on the topic, but I'm aware that he was endorsing UKIP, who were the alt-right party of, you know, the UK. So, you can't really defend that.
Chat mentioning J.K. Rowling, which is
a
very big example, which I think will be the most well-known example.
Yeah, J.K. Rowling in chat. Not music, but writing, still art. I get it.
Still art. Yeah, it's still relevant.
I'm just gonna catch up with chat for a bit, unless any of you have anything else to say before we move on.
No, it's cool.
But yeah, I'll just go over. Let's just go over this briefly. Does art equal artist? Can you enjoy art knowing the artist is an awful person, for example? No? Why not, Tash? Or yes?
Because
Ooh, got a disagreement.
the Smiths still have good music. I will still listen to their music and think, yeah, this is cool, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I agree with Morrissey's opinions. But then I know on the flip side that it's also, why would you listen to their music if you know they're going to get revenue from it? Because they, you don't like the artist.
True.
So there is a conflict
pirate
there.
it.
You could pirate it, yeah. That is kind of illegal,
You could screen record Spotify the song once and then just play it from that recording.
True.
That's probably borderline illegal though. Don't do that.
Oh,
Don't share
it's
it,
very
especially.
illegal.
You will get punished. But Ethan, why'd you say yes? You can't separate art and artist.
Oh God, I thought it was the opposite. I mean, yes, you can enjoy someone's art without liking them.
Don't worry about all agreeing with each other, okay? We will find something to disagree on. That's kind of the point. I mean, no, it's okay if we all agree on things, but it'd be cool to have some disagreements. But yeah, I do agree. I think time is also relevant.
Ooh.
A lot of Morrissey's most beloved songs, a lot of Ian Brown's most beloved songs were written a long time ago when they had different views. Ian Brown's views today have really been expressed as they are in only one song. Little Seed, Big Tree, I think it is, or Big Tree, Little Seed, something like that. I don't like it. I listen to the song, I don't like it. I do like a lot of other ones, like First World Problems, which is a brilliant railing against, the English middle class. But, it doesn't express, or it doesn't necessarily express, at least the way I interpreted it, it didn't express any of the toxic views he has on Twitter, for example. So, a lot of people, the songs that people like most from Morrissey, as Tasha said, that, when you listen to, First of the Gang to Die, you don't think, oh yeah, he's advocating for fascism, isn't he? And I've recently made a study of fascism, so I know what I'm talking about. I dare say.
Yeah. Well, it shows how relevant things are and how, art and history all tie together. And politics.
Yeah, it's a bit disappointing, because a lot of Ian Brown's older songs were very pro-environmental activism, which was very radical at the time, but today is kind of more commonly accepted. I think it was really a force for good, but now he's talking about made-up conspiracy crap, and there's a distinction to be made. And at the end of the day, it may just be a fact of the matter that X person is talented, but X person also holds bad opinions. I say bad. Yeah. I know that's kind of subjective, but I'm talking like extremists.
You mentioned a good point in chat, by the way, that I kind of want to discuss.
Yeah, let's catch up with chat. Sorry, Tash, I'm just gonna read chat from DJ's comment. So, DJ mentioned the elements of music. I think a good way to create music is by having a good beat, rhythm, dynamics, a bunch of other music components. This is just my opinion because the knowledge I have from my concert band class. I know Tash and I already know exactly what he's talking about. I'm going to come back to the elements of music. Mithran's making some brilliant points here. Gucci Gang, the song, was very popular, but that very bad for most people. It was a trend. It lasted a very short period of time. Big Mouth agrees that it wasn't good. Livy never listened to it. Mithran says that he listened to two artists and their most popular songs are good, just not as good as their other songs, which is also not as popular. Popular songs are popular because they are easy to remember and easy to go along with, not because they are good critically. Again, we'll get into this with the elements, but a good melody, something simple, easy to remember, is key to a song being popular and therefore memorable. But does that make it good? Minimalism can be good, but again, this might depend on opinion. But yeah, J.K. Rowling, very good glitch. Ooh! Yeah, Tash, let's talk about that. You can lead this one. Read out Mithran's comment.
Do you think sexism has a role in the popularity in music? If someone sounds like a certain sex, would people not like it? And I think that's a very interesting point because, yes, I do think, unfortunately, it has affected the industry and still does. And really poorly affect artists. Not just sexism, but also racism. And when people say if someone came out as trans and they were a big artist, they would probably get a lot of backlash because there are a lot of transphobic people in the world. and there's no rhyme or reason to it. It's just some people just don't seem to think that someone of a certain sex or anything.
A minority.
Like, if they're not, this is a bit of generalized, but if they're not, sorry.
No, it's okay. Take your time. You've
It
made a
shouldn't
good
be
point
like
already.
that, but it is.
Yeah. So, I don't know much about the music industry. Do you know a lot about the music industry, Ethan?
Neither do I, really.
But Tasha, you seem
I
like you know
know
at least a bit.
bits.
Why, I think I agree with you because I don't have the knowledge here. I'm aware more so of, the Me Too movement, 3rd/4th wave feminism.
Yes.
I made a study of this recently. It's a debate topic that I'm
Yes.
hoping to come back to soon. I know there's a
We
lot
look
of
at it
stuff
in religious studies as well.
I learned there's a lot of stuff in the film industry about complete misogyny and ultra patriarchy behind the scenes, and women being too afraid for years to come up about being like sexually assaulted and coerced into doing things because the film industry is run by a minority of powerful men who are like quite sexist.
Misogynistic men.
Yeah, I know it's a stereotype, guys, but they are all older, white-skinned, Caucasian men. Is it similar to that in the music industry as well? And is there any reason why that might be the case?
Yes. I don't know why that would be the case, but
Are they just all run by
another
conservatives?
point that ties into this that Livy's just brought up. Sorry?
Are they just all run by conservatives? Not saying conservatives are necessarily misogynistic, but it kind of goes hand in hand.
Livy brought up a good point just now about the lyrics of a song as well.
Hmm.
For example, if there have been examples where a man is talking about sex or drugs or stuff like that, and they'll get loads of praise for it, but if a woman does it, then it's like, oh, she's a whore or something like that. And I saw a Lady Gaga interview a while back where she was talking about this and bringing it up and saying this is wrong because when it's a man doing it, it's rock and roll, it's cool, it's edgy, but with a woman it's like, you shouldn't be doing that.
That's a double standard, right?
It's
the
a
exact
very
same thing.
big double standard.
And one of them being absolutely bullied and harassed for it just because they're female.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't have an opinion on whether, regardless of whether male or female do it. I don't care if it's okay with male, then it's okay with male. If people think it's not okay with female, then why? That shouldn't be the case. It should be equality among genders.
Yeah. Like, even if you're like trans or non-binary, like, who cares? It just seems to me that maybe because of perhaps how, maybe it's just a coincidence, but the very top echelons of the music industry seem to be run by conservative, traditionalist, maybe older men with entrenched views. I really don't want to generalize and offend people here, but like, I don't have the information. I think Tasha really knows better here, but I'm inclined to agree with it because I trust her. It's like how in the past there have been women who have been anti-feminist. Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah, that is strange.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because women who, back in say the 40s, believed that it was a housewife's job to do the cooking, do the cleaning, raise the children, not go out to work. Some women really believed that was like what they should be doing, even though it's completely unfair to both sides.
So,
because what if a man wants to be a stay-at-home father? What if a woman wants to go out to work? What if,
Okay, so regardless of demographics then, because what I'm saying is it's a bit SJW. I don't mean to sound that way, guys, but regardless of demographics, like, the people in power in the music industry, for whatever reason, have a very entrenched culture that is closed off to the outside and stuck in its own kind of inward-looking views of, mass media, and I really don't know what to say, but like socially, I guess it's just not that progressive. I can't say why, but I think we're going a little bit off topic. I don't want to go on this thread for too long, but
sorry, that's my bad.
No, it's fine. It's very good, Tash. I'm glad that you're saying this, and all these people watching and saying. Also, we've hit 10 likes, guys. We hit 10 likes.
Oh wow, we have.
10.
We've got
Right,
11,
you know
actually.
what? We've hit
Hang
10
on,
likes.
hang on.
So I'm
We've
gonna
got
set a new
11
goal.
likes on my screen.
Oh my god. Alright, I'm gonna set a new goal,
About
guys.
15, the magic number.
No, I'm gonna say 15 likes for more debate. No, hang on. 15 likes for Debate Direct tomorrow. I'll do another episode tomorrow if this gets 15 likes. Cause that's crazy. I can't believe we just hit that. That's awesome. But yeah, Taylor Swift's documentary thing said that agents or some recommend that she shouldn't voice political opinions in order to get more popular and not get into controversy. Yes, Undead. Yeah, I think for whatever reason, I'm not going to dome this, but the music industry seems to be, riddled with kind of, cancel culture and toxicity and, at the very top, people try and sell whatever is easiest, but it's not necessarily good. And this comes down to political opinions, and I don't want to get too political. I love getting political, but, there's a risk that I'm going to get cancelled for being political. I guess.
I mean, cancel culture itself is just...
It's wrong. Yeah, no. I will happily get cancelled.
Anyway.
I will fight it. Let's move on. So, I want to talk about... Sorry, what was it?
I was just going to quickly add
Yeah, go on.
about the Taylor Swift thing, just quickly.
That's fine.
Yeah, because she released, I believe it was Reputation, when that album came out. She got a lot of backlash because she's a woman and it was her doing that.
What was she saying?
It was her sort of saying that she was sick of the media and people judging her when they don't have a right to say these things about her. Just because she writes music about her ex-boyfriends, that doesn't mean that she's doing anything wrong.
No.
That's just how she writes music sometimes, and
I don't follow
I think she's
Taylor
moved on
Swift,
from that now, but...
Okay, let's assume I hated Taylor Swift, right? Let's assume I really disliked her music. You remember what we were saying about art equals artist? Let's put it in reverse.
Yeah. Okay,
so you don't like this, you love this person's art, but that person's a horrible person. Well, we agreed that, it shouldn't really matter. A person's music doesn't necessarily reflect their views now if it's from a long time ago, and even if it does, you can interpret it differently and, you can accept the fact that it's enjoyable and distance that from the creator. Why can't that be the other way around? Let's say I really dislike Taylor Swift's music. That doesn't mean I hate her as a person. And if you think it does, you need to grow up, because art does not equal artist. I mean, I have friends who produce creative content, and that content isn't very good sometimes. Sometimes it's rubbish. I've done that myself. I'm not calling out my fellow YouTubers here, okay? You guys, I'm not saying your content's trash. But if I were going to use an example, I had a friend a long time ago who tried starting up YouTube channels like me, and it wasn't bad, and I liked them as a person. They were an okay guy, but they were very bad at it. The videos were often not that watchable. They didn't have the motivation, the kind of creative kind of impulse for it. I think it can go both ways. You can hate someone's music, but love them as a person.
Yeah, I would agree.
Same reasons.
Yeah. Yeah, I've listened to...
That's an interesting flip on it as well.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Ethan, go on.
I've listened to famous artists' music before, and I don't know them whatsoever, but I like their music. Even if I don't know who they are, I'm not going to assume that they're terrible as a person.
Unless it's someone like Markiplier or Jacksepticeye who shows their individual personality raw so often. I could watch a YouTuber and think, I love this guy's content, but, actually in real life might not like them much as a person. I think there are good examples of that in the Minecraft community. I'm not going to name names, but,
I was going to say Dream.
That's something I would be afraid of.
Really share any, personal...
Well, yeah, that's a different story.
Things.
Dream's released a song. I forgot about this. I haven't listened to it yet. I'm going to listen to that.
Oh.
Dream released a song with someone. Apparently it's, very run-of-the-mill mediocre crap, but whatever it is, I want to hear it. Let's talk about music technicalities. So, as DJ correctly mentioned, I think, Tash, you probably have met these memorized, but there are 7 elements of music, right? Is it 7?
Dr. T. Smith, yes.
It's around 7, yeah. When you're composing music, type it in chat, please, thank you. There are different things when it comes to like the scholarly side of music, there are different things you can analyze and explain and craft when it comes to music. You know, in the most basic terms, how the first note, what pitch it is, what letter it's designated, you know, what key signature it's in, what kind of set of notes is being used, you know, the length of the note, how long or short it is. In the thumbnail here, all of the notes you can see are quavers, I believe. They're all half beats. They're all half crotchets. I don't know why people like them. They just look the sexiest, I guess. But you know, and then you've got like the next note. Does it go up? Does it go down? And on the very basic terms. And even if you don't understand this, there's melody. You know, the top line, what the singer is singing, the main tune, the thing that you hum in your head. There's, you know, the bass line, which you can usually barely hear, but it's crucial to any song. You know, the rhythm, which is usually what the drum is doing, like the beat, you know, the time signature, whatever. The harmony, which is what, like, you know, the backing vocals and, like, the guitars and the accompaniment are doing, you know, like, which, you know, other notes are being played together. Like, if you're playing a song in C, and you want to play, like, C major, like the happy C chord, that would be C, E, and G. That took me way too long. It took me like seconds to remember what C major was. Dear God, I have lost.
To be fair to yourself, you haven't really like been musically inclined with playing stuff for a while.
Yeah. So Tash, what does Dr. T. Smith stand for? Could you give us a basic rundown of the elements of music for anyone who doesn't understand like layman's terms?
I've put it in chat.
Okay.
Already.
So right. Yeah. So. Dr. T. Smith's an acronym, guys. It says, D is for dynamics, that's to do with volume, that's how loud or quiet music is, and that can change throughout the song, as can all of these. R is for rhythm, which is, you know, I guess that's like how the beat goes. It's kind of hard to explain, but like, rhythm's not time, is it, Tash? Is rhythm like the stressed beats? Kind of like poetry.
Rhythm is whether it's in 4/4, which is, you know, standard time, if it's in 3/4, which is like a waltz, if it's time signature basically.
Livy, why did you time out Ronan? Was that an accident?
Yeah, I was going to ask that. That was weird.
Livy just timed out Ronan. What was he doing?
Oh no.
I didn't even read his message. It's fine, because I can read his message. Was that an accidental click or tap or something?
Oh no.
Ronan has lost speaking privileges. Oh no.
Oh, no.
It's fine. Don't worry. Ronan, just type out your stuff in a note and paste it in chat when you can. Oh my god. Livy, you're fired. I'm demoting you. Oh my god. Let's focus on Dr. T. Smith. So yeah, rhythm, Tash, you were saying is the
Rhythm is the time signature, so how many beats are in a bar? What those beats are, I guess.
Yeah, it's really
like
hard to explain unless you know music
crotchet
theory.
beats in a bar, which is just like, I don't know if you can hear that.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's
yeah.
subtle.
But there's
Sorry if that was quite
there's
loud.
also like 2/4 or 2/2, which sounds exactly the same. Even though it's written differently, it's like 1 2 1 2 as opposed to 1 2
It's just
3 4. But then
Yeah.
you've also got complete forms like 6/8, the kind of ballad time signature is one of my favorites. That's 6 half, like these crotchet, these half notes you'll see on screen, guys. That's half of a crotchet, and it's 6 of those in a bar. Is that right? 6 8? Because it's like an 8th beat.
Oh my god.
So it's like 1 2 3 1 2 3. Or you could go 1 2 3. That'd be like 2/3. But I like 1 2 3 4 5 6.
Matt, look in chat.
Yeah, what is it?
Yeah,
What's in chat?
someone wrote something about Donkey Kong. That makes me think of. And
Oh
then
my
there's
God,
Chunky.
it's stuck in my head
He's
now.
They're
dead.
finally here, performing just for you. If you know the words, you can sing along. I don't know the word. Put your hands together
DK.
if you wanna clap
Donkey
as
Kong.
we take you through this monkey. I don't remember the. I'm getting it all wrong, but yeah, I love the.
It's okay, it's okay.
Donkey Kong song is the funniest thing. He has no
was
style. He has no grace. This Kong has
thinking
a
of-
funny face.
I was
Sorry.
thinking of. Have you seen that meme? And then there's Chunky. He's dead.
Oh yeah, he's Chunky.
Oh.
He's dead because Chunky wasn't in that.
I remember
game.
when Matt went on a spree of sending me Donkey Kong
That was
memes
so
and showing
funny.
me
I
them.
love that meme. We've got to bring it back.
Yeah.
My favorite right now is RTX on Morshu. It's the good. Anyway,
Arms? You want it? It's yours, my friend.
have you
As
seen that
long as you have
vocoded
it.
to Gangster's Paradise? It's so funny. and then the beatbox. So funny. Anyway, let's keep going. I want to get these dynamics explained. So you got rhythm. Texture is complicated. Texture is like the arrangement, isn't it, Tash? It's like how many different things are happening, how many layers.
I'll go through the main 4. So, monophony, or something to be monophonic, is when there's one thing being played, so a melody.
Just a single
and
instrument.
And that could be, not necessarily one instrument, just one melody being played overall. Whether that's one instrument, whether it's 5, whether it's a full orchestra just playing the one thing, it's monophonic.
I know that. I know what mono, stereo, surround sound. I think.
And then there's polyphony or polyphonic, which is multiple, basically.
I remember these. These were always confusing though. They were the difficult part.
Polyphony is multiple melodies happening, and then homophony is melody and accompaniment. And there is a version of homophony called melody-dominated homophony, which is where the melody is over the top and it takes, like, it's more important and more, like, audible.
But that's like only 2 things playing
which
at
is
once.
like most pop songs and most songs is melody-dominated homophony.
Oh, right.
But most people just say it's homophonic.
God, this is getting confusing now. I'm sorry,
I'll leave it there.
Let's move on. Texture's like the arrangement of the song, how many different instruments playing, how many different layers there are on the score, what they're all doing. What's structure about?
Structure is...
I don't remember this one.
how it's formed? Structure is like, if it's a pop song, then it's going to be strophic, meaning it's got verses, it's got choruses, it goes back, it follows a structure of...
Is it like rondo?
Like, it repeats things.
Form and stuff. Like, it's like the order of the song. Like, most songs have, like, verses and chorus, and then there's, like, a middle 8 bridge or something, and there might be, like, a hook line.
And then there's...
that kind of thing.
Sonata form. And sonata form has the introduction, the exposition, the development, the recapitulation, and the outro.
And then...
sonata form was widely used in the classical era.
Right. Sorry, I'm reading.
I'm reading
right. Chat. But yeah, keep going, Tash.
I'll stop.
No. Melody.
I'm just geeking out about music at this point.
Next. I already explained melody, but like melody's the
Melody's
tune.
easy. Melody's just
And instrumentation, that's the instruments being used, right? It's the same as
See,
tongo.
Matt, when you're talking about texture, you're more talking about instrumentation, because instrumentation is the layers of instruments, how they're being used.
It's confusing. Someone cross over.
Playing the melody, what's playing the harmonies, what's playing if there's a bass line, if there's percussion. Because texture is more about the difference between melody and accompaniment on the whole.
Okay.
But instrumentation is more in depth in each instrument.
What about tonality and harmony?
Tonality is about the key and what kind of it's like what key is the piece in? What is it? It could be major, it could be minor, it could be
if it's happy or sad sounding, if it's like, and
or
which
it could
notes
be
it's allowed
modal.
to use. Oh, yep, true, because that's like neither.
Which is sort of outside of a key but based around a note.
On a piano, guys, modals where it doesn't use the blank keys. Like
pretty much.
Unless it's C major.
Oh yeah, C major
is C major modal and a major key?
No. I can't remember each mode. There's Mixolydian, Lydian, Aeolian, Dorian. Mixolydian is around C, Dorian is around D.
I get it.
Can't remember the rest.
Don't worry, no one's gonna remember the. This is like A-level GCSE like music test. No one's gonna remember this.
Modal music is mainly around like folk music and stuff that's
and,
like older.
Choir music
before keys were invented.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Damn.
But it's also more experimental these days.
What about harmony then? That's the last of the musical elements here.
What did you say?
Harmony.
Harmony, well, it's just like what chords you might use, how harmonies are used. Like if you're in C major, then you use the chords in C major. Key changes, or that's more tonality, but it's still to do with harmony. They're sort of linked.
Yeah. Like if
I
the
feel like
tune,
I'm
if the
probably
tune
boring
is
people
like,
at this
well,
point.
yeah, don't worry, I didn't want to spend too long on that, but we that was, it's quite complicated. But there's a crash course in the musical elements, guys. Thank you, Tasha. Very helpful, very informative. So,
Thank you.
let's go back to the main question. Can you objectively say there is such a good thing as music? Because what are the scholars gonna say? The educated, music aware people who understand all the complexities of the elements. What is a good melody? What makes a good harmony? What makes a good structure? What is logical? What is innovative? What follows the rules? What doesn't? What sounds discordant? What sounds discordant but sounds good because it's supposed to be? And what sounds discordant on accident because it's just poorly made and crafted? Can you objectively in a scholarly way say this is good, this is bad, this is good, this is bad because of the writer's use of the elements? In the same way you can say is there objectively good and bad writing? Is there objectively good and bad filmmaking?
It's interesting.
I know, complicated question. Take your time.
Yeah.
It might not be as straightforward as yes or no either. I highly doubt it.
From a student point of view.
Because you're a student, Ash. You're the closest thing we have to a scholar.
Yeah. From a student point of view, when you're studying music, you have to look at it from a point of view of if it's interesting, what makes it interesting, what makes it stand out. And that could be across all the elements of music. It could have an interesting melody. It could use harmony interestingly.
Yeah.
One of my favourite things is how instrumentation is used, because if you use an instrument in a way that it's not conventionally used for, it can instantly transform a piece and make it really different, really out there. Yeah, for an example, just a quick one.
Yeah.
Prepared piano. I don't know if you'll know this, Matt. Prepared piano is when people put stuff like nails into the piano in certain places to make it sound more like a bell or percussion. It sounds way more percussive than a piano normally would.
I've never heard of this.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Neither have I.
I can't think of any examples off the top of my head, but prepared piano. If you look it up, you'll find some funky sounding pieces. Yeah.
Okay, I just want to reach out for a second. I see Ronan has speaking privileges again. Hooray! Mithran says that the definition of music is vocal or instrumental sounds, or both, combined in such a way as to produce beauty of form, harmony, and expression of emotion. Again, that comes back to what is art? That's basically what it is. But is there, objectively, without bias, without even if you dislike something, can it be good?
It doesn't have to be vocal.
No. Okay,
And that's coming from a singer, by the way.
Yeah, it's a vocal and or
sing?
instrumental, sorry. Yeah, Tasha sings. Tasha also plays bass.
Yeah, you don't have to have... vocals, of course.
When you play bass, why don't you give us a tune right now, Tasha? Why don't you please sing for us right now? Why don't you sing for us right now, seeing as you're so good at singing?
Yes, Tasha. Yes,
Matt, you're dead
Tasha.
to me.
Guys, never
no.
do that with musicians. It's obnoxious.
It's the most painful
It's inconsiderate. People can't just do their talent on the fly, and they might not want to.
Yeah.
Now.
Also, my voice is very rusty. I haven't practiced in a while.
Interesting. Ronan's mentioning Bo Burnham, a comedic artist who tries to go against the social norms, against the grain. His song Repeat Stuff is a blatant mocking of modern pop music. This comes down to lyrics as well. The message of a song can make or break it, as well as the sound.
Yeah.
I think Mithran's quite wisely said here. Let me kick this off. I think there is objectively bad music, but there is not objectively good music. I think it's not black and white. There is definitely music that is bad because it's not well made. But I think anything that's been made, I don't think it's really complicated. It's there is music that tends to be bad or tends to be good because of how well it is made, how clever it is, how innovative it is, or just how well it does something, even if it's a very, generic kind of thing, whether it's the chord sequence or the meaning of the song or the instruments being used. I don't think you can draw absolutes in either, but I think you can have a spectrum with tendencies that don't necessarily follow, like, correlate is the word, correlate with popularity. I think there's music which is definitely bad because it's been made by a kid who doesn't know what they're doing, and there's music that's definitely good because it's made by someone experienced that's doing something different, but you might not necessarily like it. That doesn't make it good or bad. It's kind of weird. I don't know if there is an answer, because I don't think there can objectively, like, purely be good or bad music, but I also don't think people's opinions
There's
are
always some
absolute
element
either.
of opinion.
I think it has to be some kind of mixed spectrum kind of thing, because people's opinions only go so far, and it is fair to say that there are people who are more educated on music, and therefore their opinion has greater weight when it comes to saying whether music's good or bad. But even if if a lot of them agree that something's really good, it might not be popular because it's, you know, like, classical music, and young people these days don't have any patience for that. Like, some of them do, but you know what I mean. Are you
kidding?
Right?
I love classical music.
But you know what I mean? Like, most people think, oh, Bach, he's okay, I guess. Never really listened to him. I like Jay-Z and Katy Perry, you know?
There's also this common misconception about classical music, and the differences between Baroque, classical, romantic, contemporary, 21st century, all the different... Because people will say, oh yeah, classical music, and that... They say that as an umbrella term for Baroque, classical, romantic, basically anything before the 20th century.
Yeah, there is a generalisation.
As a music student, it's really frustrating because, like, Bach's not classical, he's Baroque.
No, yeah, exactly.
And I know not everyone's going to know that because not everyone's a music nerd like me, but, like, yeah.
Wait until someone gets the wrong way around and says, oh yeah, Vivaldi was romantic, wasn't he? He was romantic, right? I know! Wait, what? I thought it was classical. Like, actually...
No, he's Baroque.
Oh, wow. Wait, who was classical? Not Vivaldi. I was thinking of someone else then. Mozart?
Mozart?
Maybe. I know Mozart's definitely classical, right? Sweats nervously.
Tchaikovsky? I'm mainly listening to piano composers here.
He was, like, Russian.
Tchaikovsky?
Whatever. Anyway, we're deviating, but, Mithran says that mindless screaming in a certain way is music, but is objectively bad. Because who likes listening to that? You know...
Some people do, weirdly enough. I personally don't see the appeal. Like, but some people do like Screamo. Or heavy metal, or...
Yeah, big celebrities tend to be overrated because we live in a society...
I have a friend who's
excuse
really
me, sorry.
into heavy metal.
I must go now.
Oh, Ethan, is there anything you want to say before you go? No, he's just yeeted out. I was gonna end the stream soon. I hope. Is there anything you want to say before you go? Because I'm gonna end the stream soon, so you're probably gonna.
No, I don't really think there's anything for me to say.
Fair enough. Inconclusive answer. Okay. Well, it's been a pleasure having you today. I'll see you around. Have a good one.
See ya. Stay hydrated.
Yes. All right. Well,
he knows.
He's probably not gonna be back because we're ending the stream soon. But it's just you and me, bro.
Yeah, I feel really bad. I feel like I've dominated this a bit.
No.
Really
I was
sorry.
expecting you to dominate this, and it's perfectly fine. In a debate, not everyone's going to have the same amount to say when there's more than two people. You have more knowledge and more education on music, so by default, I'm expecting your opinions to weigh heavier and be more informed, and for you to have more to say, which is fine. And we've had loads of people offering ideas in chat. We've had, Ronan and Mithran and DJ and Livy and all kinds of people. Even Jesse's Roblox adventures showed up. So, anyways,
I'm loving all of the stuff in chat 'cause it really does feed the discussion.
When I came
here, if it was just us discussing it, it would probably fall a bit flat.
Right. When I came here, if I was doing this alone, I probably wouldn't have been able to hold up much interesting debate for more than 5 minutes. But I knew that there would be ideas to bounce off from you and True Player, Ethan, and everyone else in chat. And I knew that things which I wouldn't have thought of were going to come up. And that kickstarts the debate. Which is why, when I'm planning... Again, I'm planning a lot of debate directs, and I have a very simple title in mind. I'm like, I only have one thing to say about this, so I need people to bounce off with. So, yeah. Before we finish, final answer, Tasha. Answer to the... if you've got anything else to say first, say it now. But also, what makes good music? The title. What's the answer, in your opinion? opinion, what makes good music?
I think what makes good music is stuff that makes it stand out, like doing stuff that no one else has done before, rarely anyone else has done, and making it unique. Like, as an artist, you have to make it unique to yourself. You have to be true to yourself. Don't write something that's pointless. I think music that comes from the heart is a lot more meaningful and a lot better than random stuff just being spewed out, you know? But it will always have at least some element of personal preference.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's about it.
I think that's a good answer. I think my final answer, in all honesty, guys, what makes good music? Music that sounds good. I think it's a combination of many things. The elements of music, the technical musical side, but also just a genuine conveyance of an emotion or an idea or something that doesn't even necessarily have to be in the lyrics. I think the Minecraft soundtrack's proof of this. And maybe just, you know, something that has, not just something that has meaning, not just something that has the kind of technical, you know, good, you know, like musical theory. And it doesn't have to be something groundbreaking. I'm just saying good. I don't mean like exemplary, although Tasha's point absolutely stands for that. But I think just something that has soul. It's hard to explain. I don't mean soul music. Soul music is good, if you're into that. But I think something that, I guess, you know, just has resonance. It's really hard to explain. I'm talking on a kind of spiritual level. I like threes. I'm probably controlling the third thing.
A difficult thing to define.
But yeah,
to be fair,
I think it's a mix of musical theory and fact and more subjective opinion and preference. Because when it comes to genres, guys, I don't really have preference when it comes to genres. There's a few that I definitively don't like, but I listen to a lot of varied music. Here's a quick glance at my Spotify, okay? So, if I look at my artists currently, I tend to group things by artist. I listen to all kinds of things. Video game, like, songwriters like DJ mentioned from YouTube, like Try Hard Ninja, like, CG5, DA Games, Fandroid, JT, all kinds. You know, but I also like some, like, indie, kind of like, I don't know, rock, I guess, like, prog rock, maybe pop, maybe, like, pop bands. I don't know. Genres is a finicky thing, but you know, Siamese, Tasha mentions, is a great example. I'm a fan of Harry Callaghan. I'm a fan of Eagles, Bowie. I mean, who isn't? Bowie's just a transcendent reality, alright? But you know, there's also like, you know, Blur, Aviators, Garbage, Ian Brown, Supergrass, who I'm getting back into. I'm having a huge nostalgia fest with Supergrass right now. Pendulum, The Jam, Small Faces, The Living Tombstone, Woodkid. Woodkid does like almost, you know, movie soundtrack sounding stuff rather than lyrical things. Supergrass, on the other hand, is an indie Britpop band like Blur, and yet even these two are different in the way that they create things, and you know, the instruments being used and the ideas and the lyrics. There's so much here. It's really hard to explain. You know, like I might listen to, you know, Blur's song about modern life being rubbish, whichever one it is, and then I might put on Big Chungus by CG5, you know? Music's a complicated thing, and with all art, I think it comes down to a number of different things that make it good. So no, I don't think you can clearly answer it, what makes good music. I don't think there's a single clear answer, but I hope that we've progressed towards an answer and we've given you all lots to think about and had some really interesting discussion, because I think we have. Yeah, Glitch, that's okay, but definitely say something if you can think of something. I know how it feels. In class, my learning objective for personal development was always to put my hand up more because I wasn't contributing enough, but you know. Also, yes, if you play the triangle, you automatically dominate over everyone else. Yes, the loudest instrument in the orchestra, or should I say, the sharpest. I think that's the best way of describing it. But yeah, Mythround loves Taylor Swift's music because it's a story of deep meaning and sounds good. Ariana Grande There's songs of a deep that sounds amazing. Range of 4 octaves. That's amazing. I don't listen to either of them because I'm not a fan of like that kind of pop music. But they're talented. They're hella talented. Look where they are now. I mean, they've got to be.
I will admit, I had a Katy Perry phase in middle school.
You did.
I did kind of like her music. Yeah. Also, Matt, I'm surprised that you don't have as much like film soundtrack stuff.
Mithran, that's crazy. Hang on, Tash, I'll get to that. Sorry.
That's alright.
130 songs is 7 hours and 40 minutes long on one playlist. That's bruh. I have listened to Nate Wants to Battle. Guys, I probably should clarify, that's not all of my Spotify. This isn't even all of it. That I can't... Because of the way it's organised, I can't actually fit it all in one folder. This is all, like, mostly lyrical music. That's just my artists. I shared songs with my girlfriend. We were, like, made playlists for each other to show each other's musical interests. I have These is all, like, video game songs, which is kind of like artists, but reorganised.
That's Hagen cute, by the way.
Excuse me? You mean showing with Lucy?
Hagen cute.
You didn't say video game songs as Hagen cute. I have 2 volumes.
No, I mean the fact you guys are sharing your music via playlists. I think it's really cute.
I bet Lucy would look at the fact that I have 2 volumes of Five Nights at Freddy's songs and say that's heckin' cute. Guys, leave a like if you recognise any of the songs in this playlist. By the way, this is my FNAF playlist.
I recognise so many of them.
Right?
Literally, like almost.
I even have Shadro.
Oh my
here.
god,
I
Matt,
know all
is
the
that,
artists.
What's his name?
Aviators.
No,
Dorko.
I've forgotten his name.
Stupendium.
The guy who does the mob raps.
JT Music, JT Machinima.
Yeah. Legend.
Second volume's a lot smaller because it's like post UCN stuff. But yeah, I actually do have a lot of soundtracks, Tash. These are all my soundtracks. They're on stream now. So that was all of the lyrical music. I forgot to mention, I actually listen to these equally. Video game, film, soundtracks, all that kind of thing. I listen to The Mandalorian, Mandalorian, Portal 2, Detroit Become Human, Doctor Who, and Minecraft the most, but they're all there. So all the OSTs here and the artists, that's pretty much all my music. The other ones are just playlists.
Yeah.
And here's the Debate Direct playlist, guys. All the tracks in the description. Yeah, exactly. More interesting. Yeah, Nate Wants to Battle's cool. I think a lot of his songs can get repetitive because the hard rock genre it sounds very samey to me. But that's just my personal taste. He's a good artist. He's good at what he does. Yeah.
He did with Markiplier and
yeah.
Oh, what they called?
The musical Random Encounters.
Random Encounters.
Yeah.
Yeah. They do some fun stuff. Yeah.
Anyway. Guys, I think I'm going to end the stream here. If you have anything else to say, now is the time. It's been a pleasure, Tasha. I hope I can get you back for more streams, because collaborating is fun.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm glad you guys recognise these songs, that's cool. Yeah. I mean, I don't just like FNAF songs because I like FNAF. Genuinely, most of them are pretty good. I don't listen to CK9C because they're a cash whore who did about 10 songs on that city location, which all sounded crap. But, there are a lot of genuinely talented artists out there, like JT and China and stuff I've been listening to for years.
I'm going to Kyoto TV now.
Yeah. Sorry, what was that, Tash? You were a bit quiet.
DJ said in chat, Kyoto TV winner?
Yes, alright. So, guys, forgive me, Tash, protocol is calling. If you have enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications, and share this with your friends. We've hit 400 subscribers. I'm going to talk about this more in a vlog or the next Debate Direct, but I'm hoping to get 500 subs this year, and I want to talk about the growth of the channel, because, I'm starting to get into, out of rookie figures. It's been an absolute pleasure, so all the support's very much appreciated. Check out the links in the description for more. You can check out Tasha and Ethan here, my collaborators. I'm going to open up their pages now. Tasha has an Instagram. This is just her public Instagram page. She just posts a bit of memes and stuff. If you want to go chat with her, go check it out. She's got holiday photos, selfies, all the usual Instagram bitch stuff, Tasha's a bitch.
Bruh.
Yeah, I'm kidding.
Bruh.
I'm kidding.
Oh my god.
No, I love you really, bro. I abuse you for the meme. Because I know I can without getting any... I couldn't do that with anyone else. Because I'm joking. Anyone else, I can't be savage with anyone else. Because they'd actually get offended.
Oh, because of the delay on the stream, I'm only just seeing you actually showed my Instagram page now.
Yeah, I'm showing it off. Look, guys, it's Gary.
I'm
Gary the
I'm
Succulent.
basic. I'm very basic, as you can tell.
Tash, we need to make the Gary the Succulent page. We need to get
Oh my
around to
god,
that.
yes.
And of course, you guys have seen Ethan's page many times before. True player. I don't even need to go into detail. He started playing Help Wanted recently. G-Dash. Loads of good video
what's
games.
his YouTube?
He's a pro. No commentary, but he's almost at 500 subs. Let's get him to 500, lads. But yeah, their links are both in the description. Today's QOTD winner. There were some pretty good answers. I think I got to give it to Mithran, to be honest. I think he's made some really good contributions today. But what was Livy? No, Livy's... Mithran didn't actually have a QOTD answer, did he? Maybe Livy. Livy had a pretty good one. But I think I want to give it to Mithran. If you guys have a QOTD answer, now's the time. But yeah, today's...
Mithran contributed a lot of ideas, but not necessarily a QOTD answer.
Yeah.
But,
today's
like, everyone said some
charity
interesting stuff.
shout out. I'm actually going to save Greenpeace for another time because there's something special I want to do with the Greenpeace shout out, which I'm going to do it when I've got more time. Today's charity shout-out goes to Kidscape. Now, I don't think I've actually done a shout-out for these guys before, but basically they're an anti-bullying charity. Their work changes lives. This isn't the About page. I need a better... I need like a better explanation. Where's... Oh, I can't find it. Basically, they run programs and, like, campaigns against bullying. And, like... If that doesn't convince you, what does? Bullying affects adults, children, you know, it's a nasty thing when people get completely alienated. They have loads of, like, information and advice for parents and so on that can really help. If you yourself are being bullied, or if you know someone is being bullied, maybe direct them to this site. They could probably find out a good way to, you know, stand up against, you know, bullies without, you know, retaliating in the way that, you know, is deemed socially acceptable. You know, cyberbullying and digital safety is on here. It's got loads of good information, especially for you guys who are relatively young. Like, it's really important. I think I'm going to link this page, but you can see that there's loads to see. There's, you know, starting school, my child is bullying others, kind of like the reverse, what to do if your child is a bully. If you're a parent, I doubt parents are watching this, but you never know. It's a really good charity, and if you donate, you're supporting all of their work and campaigns, and that's a really good thing. So yeah, definitely check out Kidscape if you can. If you want to check out my Fiverr, I am making videos, I'm editing videos and making thumbnails for you, for the right price. I'm very reasonable, I promise. My work is quality and quick, and I can't self-advertise. Please, I beg. You don't have to, but if you know someone who needs this, let them know, because, yeah, I'm better than most, dare I say. Maybe. I can't vouch for that. But there's also my social media pages. If you want notifications that aren't through YouTube or, you know, more extra content, I have Twitter, Instagram, Discord, and Reddit. Plenty of places. And all the music credits are linked in the description. Quite a lot there. So yeah, I'm going to give Mithran the QOTD win. I think he's done amazing in this stream. Right? DJ wins the QOTD so often. At this point, I'm tempted to actively give it to other people, because he's got it so many times and everyone already knows, but it's like, I gotta be fair. If DJ's giving us the best answer, I gotta give it to him. And he had a good one, but I'm giving today's to Mithran. I think he's just, oh, it's Crazy Myth, isn't it? Let me...
Oh, he has
Here it is.
submitted one.
Yeah. So, yeah. I thought, yeah, objectively bad, but there is objectively good. I think it was very clever. That prompted my whole conclusion, actually. Good rhythm, tune, and vocals. So that's that balance between, you know, the elements and kind of, you know, just kind of the sound, really, even if it doesn't strictly follow musical tradition. But yeah, guys, this is Mithran's Instagram. I don't know what he's doing, but go give him a follow. Check him out. The link is in the description with everything else. So, yeah, that's everything. If you enjoyed, like, subscribe, share, all links in the description. Charity, a shout out, QOTD winner, my collaborators, social media pages. There's so much to talk about, it's ridiculous. But yeah, that's it.
But you know what the most important thing is?
What's the most important thing?
Gotta stay drinked up.
Say it, Tash. Say the word. Guys, I'm going to end the stream
stay
now.
Water your plants,
Oh my
including
God.
yourself.
Bro, we can do the thing where I have the collaborators speak in the outro randomly. DJ mentioned that the other day. I was like, oh, I missed that. It was quite funny. We can literally do that.
Don't forget to eat a snack.
You do, DJ, yeah.
If you have meds, take your meds. Drink some water or other hydrating beverage. There, I said it.
Oh my god. Guys, I'm gonna go now. Alright, thank you so much for watching.
Yeah.
And stay
Matt's
hydrated.
mentioned the social stuff. Goodbye. Fog. They can still hear me, nice. Alright guys. Hope you enjoyed the stream. I'm gonna go now. Oh, I know. I'm just talking for the meme. Stream ending, Pog.